Now, there is a lot of hate going around for the Avatar franchise because everybody sees James Cameron make billions of dollars on his movies and he's only doing the Avatar franchise, and people seem to have a problem with that. But the way that I look at the Avatar franchise is, back in the day, if like Leonardo da Vinci was creating a new flying machine, everybody would go to see that because it was the new advancement in technology. These Avatar movies are the new advancements in technology in the industry of film. And if you can sit in a cinema and watch it on the biggest screen possible, then what better way? Like, you're witnessing history in that moment. And you might say that that is saying things in an over-the-top way, but every single time James Cameron has made an Avatar movie, there has been a development in film that has caused those movies to be able to do something spectacular that has not been done before. So for that reason, I really think that Avatar Fire and Ash is one of the best movies of 2025. That, coupled with the fact that this is exploring a story of a family that is living through an experience after grief. If you haven't seen Avatar: The Way of Water, there is something that happens in that movie that no family should ever have to go through. And when I first started watching this, I saw Jake Sully, played by Sam Worthington, Australian. And I first of all thought he was a really big dickish version of a father, because his son was going through lots of different sorts of turmoil and he never had his back and he never really stood up for him. But I realized that he was a man that was going through grief as well, trying to lead a family, trying to protect a nation, obviously dealing with a wife who had lots of different sort of turmoils of her own too. So in fact, he was a realistic representation of a character. And then you look at his wife, and she was also played by Zoe Saldana, navigating this grief in a completely different way as well, having just suffered through quite a lot of turmoil. And she lives in this space where she's completely surrounded by family, loves her people, but she's also in this conflict because she loves a man that's from the opposing force. And there's all these different character interactions within these movies that really just solidify it as one of the best things that I think happened in 2025 on the screen. Not to mention, villain-wise, Miles Quaritch, people will look at him and say, how many times does this guy have to die on screen? Absolutely agree with you, but I think that his back and forth with Jake Sully is like, it's going to go down in history as one of the best rivalries on screen. Like, you could compare it to Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader if you wanted to. In the modern era, that's probably as close as we've got in terms of cinema and pop cultural reference. And he's just this militaristic guy that is starting to go on his own transition through a redemption arc, it seems like, as well, because he's obviously embraced the form that he is now living in of the Na'vi people, seeing the advantages that has. But also, Jake often tells him, open your eyes to this world and it will give you more back than you ever expected. And I think that's starting to happen with him. So seeing this villain in transition, it gives me like real excitement to see where this trilogy goes, or this set of movie goes. And I really hope James Cameron can make more. He said that he's definitely willing to, but he's not thinking about it until this one makes any form of cash money. So I think it's already hit those benchmarks, so we'll have to wait and see. But I really enjoyed Avatar Fire and Ash. To all the haters, stop hating on progress. Go look at an amazing story that looks awesome.
And I did the review of this of the Avatar Fire and Ash DLC, and that was absolutely amazing. So any gamers out there listening, if you've played Avatar and you want to jump into the James Cameron world of the newest movie, the Frontiers of Pandora is set ablaze, and that was a very cool, because like there are sort of nods to the movie in the game.
Yeah, and what a breathtaking world to immerse yourself in, gamer-wise, or even watching these sets of movies. That was part of it as well. I went and watched this movie, sat in the theaters, and was literally immersed, being surrounded by Pandoran landscape. And that happened to me when I watched the first one, because it came out in 3D and you watched it in 3D. And it happened to me in the second one and then the third one as well. And there isn't many trilogies that do that for me 3 times in succession. So Avatar for me, top tier.